You don't have to go back far in American history when people tended to work for one company for a very long time or their entire working lifetime. And you say that to somebody who's 18 or 25 or even 30 today, and you say how common it used to be, what, like 2 generations ago? Something like that. That people would go to work for an employer, and they'd be there unless that company went bust. They were there their whole career. It was just the way it was done. And I had an opportunity while I was in school, in fact, they paid my way through graduate school, to work for IBM. And IBM, people who worked there, I would talk to people, and this one had been there, 26 years, and this one 18 years, and this one 30 years, and on like that. And it was an eye-opener for me, because I went to work there when I was like 19, 20, somewhere in there. And when I was there, this whole idea, because it never occurred to me I'd go to work somewhere and stay there my whole lifetime. I mean, I was the most disloyal of all. They paid my way through grad school. Then after I got my master's degree, I left. I quit. But that wasn't what people did there. They stayed forever. Today, nobody really thinks that way. I mean, it's the rarest of rare things when somebody stays somewhere forever. And now I'll hear people say, well, I don't want to be looked at as a job hopper, so I'm going to stay there a year. I just find that so funny, because it used to be you were considered to be a job hopper if you didn't stay somewhere 5 years. But things change. And so people go job to job to job to job to job over a working lifetime. It's not at all unusual, 12 to 25 jobs over a working lifetime. And so all these employers offer these 401ks, and they get stranded behind. There was a report I saw that 30 million old 401ks are just left abandoned by people. And for employers, they don't want these old 401ks. So the big employers got something through Congress that allows an employer this year for IRAs up to $7,000, more than 1,000, but up to $7,000, an employer can just boot you into a hideously awful, horrible, high-fee IRA. Saw a New York Times piece showing examples about what happens to those that can wipe out your IRA. Because all the employer wants to do, the ex-employer, you're an ex to them, they want you out. They don't want to have the administrative costs for you. And so they go to whoever will give them the best deal for handling all the paperwork, and they look the other way, that you're getting destroyed by massive fees in the force-placed IRA that your money is sent to, that you don't even maybe know is there because you moved 3 times since you worked there. And so you at some point say, gosh, didn't I have a 401k with so-and-so? If you even think that, and you go try to find it, and the money's gone. Now remember, minimum $1,000 up to $7,000. Who wouldn't like having $1,000, $5,000, $7,000 just fall out of the sky into your lap? Well, it was already there, but you let it get wiped out by having one of these ridiculous, and why Congress allowed this, in fact, legislated it, without any controls on how you'd get ripped off on the IRA your money's sent to, is atrociously disgusting. So what happens if you have under $1,000? The employer's allowed just to cash you out, and then taxes and penalties, the average person ends up with, I think, 46% gone from whatever's left. So know that when you leave a place, make part of exiting, whether you exit of your own volition or they can you, you also want to move that money, because you take all these different jobs you had over the years. You have a little 401k here, another little one over there, another one over there. Eventually, it's real money. So you can either move it to your own IRA with one of the low-cost companies, or you can move it to the place where you are next. But if you have no intention of staying there either, just set up your own IRA, and every time you leave a place, move the money to it. And then you don't know what to do within that IRA, put in the target retirement fund closest to the year you hope to bag work. And you're done. But stick with one of the low-cost companies. Never to a bank-based brokerage, ever, not ever. Never into a bank. Never. When an IRA should be at a bank, okay, that's never. Never, never, not ever. Banks are for having checking accounts, having savings accounts, CDs, never investments. Never. Not ever.